Okay. Grand Rising, everybody. Zero nine seven three. I promised would fall straight. I told you to focus on my top four digits, which I promised my top two, my number one did it. I said it would manifest from 721 to 727. I also guaranteed you'd see it in North Carolina. And also, it didn't stop there. If you follow my winning instructions, you would have caught it in Pennsylvania. Okay. 935, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee two times. I said focus on my top four, three digits. I also guaranteed the number 3, 1, 2, 3 to fall in North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee 953 would fall straight for my VIP. I said it would manifest between the dates 717 to 723 in North Carolina. Double dollar signed it as proof that I could guarantee that number and it would fall straight. 304, I guaranteed would fall straight, ladies and gentlemen. 304 fell straight. I said the number 3 number guaranteed to manifest, focusing on my top four, three digits 1, 2, 3. Number 3 guaranteed to fall. Ladies and gentlemen, 304 straight right there. I said you would see it between 717 and 724. Number 3 number 1, 2, 3 straight. Seven, 2, 9, 5. I promised that number would fall straight. I told you, stop playing with me. I promised triple dollar signs would manifest between 716 and 722. I met my deadline on that straight promise. Ladies and gentlemen, 200. I said that would fall in Georgia. I double dollar signed it as proof. I even met my deadline on that prediction. 072, ladies and gentlemen, there's your 207. We said that this number would go to Texas. Three eight three one 1383 3831 1383. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised that number would show up and show out on 722. So you'll still see it up until 728, but I guaranteed you would see that number in Texas. They dropped 3138. Actually promised that number would fall. Second number. Zero 101, top 7 out of 10,000 possible. They dropped 0011. I said you see that number fall between 721 and 728 in Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, 520. I promised you would see 520 in Ohio. Will manifest 719 to 725 in Ohio. Triple dollar sign that number to fall on a promise. Ladies and gentlemen, 016. I guaranteed that number would fall straight. It's fell straight for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised that number would fall between the dates 719 and 725 in Michigan. I said focus on my top 3 digits, ladies and gentlemen, which I promise my top 2, 1, 2. $6917. I guarantee that was a very good investment, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, I promised you would see that number. I said all you had to do was focus on my top 4 digits, which I promise my top 2. It was my number 1. I said it would manifest between 718 to 724. Yesterday was 722. I said it would fall in Michigan. $6587, ladies and gentlemen. 6587. I told you it would go to Tennessee. I promised you would see that combination in Tennessee. I told you all you had to do was focus on my top 4 digits, which I promise my top 2, 1, 2. I said it would manifest between the dates 721 to 727. Yesterday was 722. I said you would see it in Tennessee within the next 24 to 48 hours. Put it in writing as proof. Congratulations, Big Money West. You're doing your thing, man. $960. I double dollar signed it. It will be promised in the future. $960. Went to North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, write down 6180. You will see that in Michigan. 6180. Puerto Rico, Iowa, for you flips and mirror people. Kentucky, 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 3294. You will see 3294 in New York. You'll see it in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. You'll see it in Ohio, 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 8710 and 81807. North Carolina will get that. 2 states before, 2 states after. 9654, you will see. Look for that in Tennessee. 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 956 deuce. 956 deuce, Indiana. 956 deuce, Georgia. New York, and DC. Watch out for 9362, extremely strong combination. You'll see that in Georgia, 2 states before, 2 states after. 9556, quad nines, 9322. You will see these combinations. Those are by way of North Carolina, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised 1807 would fall yesterday. It fell yesterday in North Carolina. I told you, I promise my triple dollar signs will manifest between the dates 721 to 728. I also guarantee within the next 24 to 40 hours. Yes, I did. I even did one better, made it the top two numbers. I said you would see that number between 718 and 725. I give you the big money patterns over and over and over again. Congratulations, Big Money West. 0234, write that down. You will see that number. Look for it in Ohio, 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 3572. You will see 3572, Indiana. You'll see it in South Carolina. You'll see it in Ohio. Watch out for 4146 and 1446, Florida. 5523, South Carolina, Ohio, Missouri, New York. 2 states before, 2 states after. Watching out for 137 deuce. You'll see 137 deuce. DC, heavy DC. You see it in New Jersey. 2 states before, 2 states after. 0253, you will see New Mexico, South Carolina, Ohio, Tennessee. Watch out for 5323. It is on fire. Same states. Include Missouri, New York. 6952, you will see 4218 and 5674. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you the 5674 was a very strong combination, and you are to look out for that number in Iowa, Indiana, Rhode Island, New York, two states before, two states after. Those numbers are by way of Florida, two states before, two states after. You're going to see 771 guaranteed. 899 is on fire. Watching out for your 239. 239 is extremely strong. Look for that in Puerto Rico, Iowa, two states before, two states after. 496, Georgia, Michigan. 301, I told you 301, it was extremely hot. I promised that number for Florida. And Kentucky. 206, you will see 748. You will see 748. Ladies and gentlemen, your 632 and your 239. Your 239, you should already know. I've called that number out 7 times already. The 632, I've called out several times as well. You will see these combinations show up and show out. These are Florida numbers, two states before, two states after. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 301. I told you, focus on my top four three digits, which I promised my top two. 1, 2, 301, straight. Promised. Ladies and gentlemen, 522 366, 522 and 366. You will see those numbers make their debut. Watching out for 856, extremely strong combination. Look for that in DC. Look for that in Georgia, Michigan, two states before, two states after. 825, South Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, your 612, you will see in Ohio over and over and over again. 294, ladies and gentlemen, your 294 is extremely strong. You will see 294. You're watching out for 034 over and over and over again. It fell straight for 304 in Florida. Watch it go back to Florida. Two states before, two states after. You will see 810 no matter what. You will see 856. There's your 216 right there, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee that number would show up and show out between the dates 721 and 727. I told you all you needed to do was focus on my top four three digits, which I guaranteed you would see the number four number in Ohio. 1, 2, 3, number four number. 1687, ladies and gentlemen, you will see that in Missouri. You will see it in New Mexico. You'll see it in Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, 1687 dropped straight on my command in Pennsylvania. Congratulations to my VIP members who are collecting on my straight predictions. 9810, you will see 9810, ladies and gentlemen, over and over and over again. North Carolina, 9876, the very first number. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you, you will see that combination over and over and over again. I promised you would see it, but nobody believed me. You will see 54, 732 in Ohio, South Carolina. You'll see it in New York. 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 9010. There's that 0176. I told you that number will not stop falling. You're going to see 9011, 1000. Watch out for 0001, 6161, quad ones, quad sixes. 54, ladies and gentlemen, I promised that number would fall. I said all you had to do is focus on my top four digits, which I promised my top two. Number one did it. I said it would manifest between 716 and 722. That number dropped on my deadline date in Ohio. 7541, you will see. Watch out for 9731. You'll see that in Pennsylvania. You'll see that in North Carolina. You're watching out for 2371 in New Jersey. You're going to see it in DC heavy. 8960 Michigan. 8597 Michigan, Texas. Watch out for 5374 on fire. And you will see quad sevens, Indiana. 8096, I guaranteed if you invested in that number, focusing on my top four digits, you would see it manifest between 718 and 724. I guaranteed the number three number would hit Michigan. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised that number would make it to Michigan. I said all you had to do is focus on my top four digits, which I promised, my top two. 1, 2. I said it would manifest between 719 and 725. Yesterday was 722. I guaranteed its appearance in Michigan. Promise kept 100%. 977229. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 540. Look for that in Tennessee. Look for that in Delaware. You're going to see 795 over and over and over again. Look for that in New York. You'll see it in Delaware. You'll see it in Kentucky. You'll see it in North Carolina. You'll see it in Georgia. You'll see it in Tennessee, 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 846 to hit Michigan. You'll see it in Puerto Rico, Missouri, and DC. You're going to see 632, guaranteed. You're going to see 329, that's also guaranteed. Ladies and gentlemen, 492, guaranteed. It will be promised in the future. There's your 486 right there, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee that number would show up and show out for the VIP. I even said that it would fall multiple times. So we got 846 in Michigan. We also got 846, or let's see here, 846 Michigan. And 864 New Jersey. 7 hours before the number dropped, ladies and gentlemen, you would have had it, proving that I give confirmation on what will fall and when it will fall. 345, double dollar sign, 794. You're going to see that promised in the future. Right now, it's guaranteed. 389, no matter what. 596, Georgia. You are going to see 790 and 124. Those are Georgia numbers. There's your 956 right there, ladies and gentlemen. I promised you would see that combination. Ladies and gentlemen, I guaranteed 596 would fall straight. If you believed in my predictions, I said it would manifest between 716, 722, meeting the deadline date in Georgia. Guaranteed straight. 6450, watching out for quad zeros. 6543, you will 543, Texas. 6543, you will see in South Carolina. 6543, Indiana. 6543, Rhode Island. 6543, DC. Watch out for 3120, New Jersey. 7998, Georgia. 6120, Kentucky. 8970, Texas. Your 6150 will be promised in the future, Kentucky. These numbers are by way of Georgia, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 9987 for Georgia. I said it would fall between the 18th and the 24th, guaranteeing it would roll in Georgia. Watch out for 7164 DC. You'll see it in Jersey. You'll see it in Florida. 2 states before, 2 states after. 7262, extremely strong, Indiana. Watch out for 7261. You will see 7261, New York, DC, Iowa. 2 states before, 2 states after. Don't leave out Michigan. You're going to see 9580, Texas, heavy in Texas. 9186, Iowa. You're going to see 7643, Rhode Island. 2 states before, 2 states after. Don't leave out DC. Those are Texas numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised that 0598 would fall in Texas yesterday. I said if you focus on my top four digits, which I promised my top two, number one did it. I said it would manifest between 720 and 726. I guaranteed you would see it in Texas within the next 24 to 48 hours. I kept that promise 100%. Watch out for 559 and 334. You will see these combinations. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 794 over and over and over again. I'm giving you the right numbers. Watch out for 706. 706. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. I promised 706 would show up and show out between the dates on the date 722. You better stop playing with your boy. Watch out for 920. 920 will keep falling out. You'll see it in Indiana, Virginia, New Mexico. Watching out for your... Oh, don't forget South Carolina. You're going to see 783 over and over and over again. Missouri. You'll see it in South Carolina. You're going to see it in Texas, ladies and gentlemen. 526 and 201. I guaranteed would fall in New Mexico. You are watching out for triple sixes, 189 and 350. Those are Texas numbers, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised 783 would fall straight yesterday. 783 fell straight in Texas. I said all you had to do was focus on my top 4 3 digits, which I promise my top 2 big money patterns will manifest between the dates 719, 725. You would see it in Texas. 991, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, 410, you will see 410. You're going to see that number in Tennessee. You're watching out for 409 over and over and over again. You will see the same numbers. Your 409 is Indiana, Virginia. Your 409 is also Florida and Tennessee. You are watching out for 931 and 194. You will see these combinations. Watch out for 219 and also 847. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 104. Triple dollar signs. I promise you would see that number in Tennessee. There's your 401. I guaranteed 401 would fall straight, ladies and gentlemen. There's your 104, triple dollar sign, 401 guaranteed straight. 9431, and gentlemen, your 9431 is a Vermont, New Hampshire heavy number. You'll also see it in DC. I need you to watch out for 3146. I promised 3146 would fall. It went to DC. I need you to watch out for 2005 in Tennessee. Watch out for 9591 and 9475 Rhode Island. 0521 is on fire. Watch out for 4314 in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. Those numbers are by way of Tennessee, 2 states before, 2 states after. There's your 1042, your 2210. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 3041. You will see 8021. You will see 9150 and 0120. Those are guaranteed. 2210, that will be promised in the future. One of my favorites. 3939, you will see. Look for that number in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Delaware. 2 states before, 2 states after. Those numbers are by way of North Carolina. You're going to see 656, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see 699. You will also see your 842 and your 974. Watch out for 856. You will see 815. 967 is no guaranteed. 967 is guaranteed. 967 guaranteed. 967 guaranteed. I need you to watch out for 96 deuce. 96 deuce will be making its debut. Those numbers are by way of North Carolina. There's your 158, ladies and gentlemen. 158. They dropped 518. I want you to stay on 158. I am guaranteeing that number will show up and show out. 400, 446. You will see 400 and 446. Watching out for 456 in Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 815 over and over and over again. 745 Pennsylvania, Virginia, 745. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised that number would fall. Promise kept in DC. Watch out for 130. You will see 130 over and over. Iowa, Florida got the money. I already took credit for it. These numbers are by way of Florida. 2 states before, 2 states after. There's your 446. Look for that in Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee that number would fall straight. Straight it fell. You're going to see 2990, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to watch out for 2970. You will see 9420. You will see 3831. Boom, 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 boom. I promised that number would fall, and it did. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I also promised, no, not promised, but I guaranteed 1495 would show up and show out. 1495 showed up and showed out in Tennessee. Guaranteed out for 2460. Your 2460 is a Kentucky hookup. Watch out for it in Kentucky. 2 states before, 2 states after. 2970, extremely strong. You'll see that in DC. There's your 8331, ladies and gentlemen. 3138. 8543, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, 8252 on fire. 2398 on fire. 5421. It will be promised in the future. Watch out for 8254. 6737 is extremely strong. You'll see that in Indiana. Watch out for 9173. 9173, Missouri, DC, Michigan. 2 states before, 2 states after. 5574. You will see 5574 make its debut. Look for that in Texas. And those by Georgia. 7736 right there, ladies and gentlemen. They dropped 6737. 656, ladies and gentlemen. You will see 656 over and over and over again. Watching out for 699 on fire. You will also see 974 and 84 deuce. 856. 185, 967, we already captured. 962 is next number up on your chopping block. Those are Georgia. There's your 185. I promised 185 would fall straight, making it the first best alternate double dollar sign in it. I'm promising it for the future. 688, you will see 990, no matter what, it is on fire. 486, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be promising for the future. Michigan, I guaranteed it. Watch out for your 960. 960, extremely strong. You can see that in Indiana. You can see it in Virginia, Michigan. You're going to see 431031. I told you about 031 already. 924 should be next up on your chopping block. There's your 924 right there. Guaranteed it would fall straight. It did. 249 promised. 7320. Watch out, watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, 7620. You will see, look for that number in New York, heavy, Iowa, 4320. No matter what, 1989. No matter what, 7650 is guaranteed, and 2022 guaranteed. Let me see here. Hopefully I can find it. 7463, no matter what. 2521, no matter what. 0943, ladies and gentlemen, is guaranteed. And 7760, Indiana. 2 states before, 2 states after. 990177. 482279. You're going to see 076 over and over and over again. And you're going to see 071. Watch out for 936 and 726. Extremely strong combinations. Those are Ohio. There's your 279, guaranteed. There it is, promised. 049, promised. Straight guarantee, 409. 0984. Watch out for that combination. You'll see that number in Michigan, 1321. It's another Michigan repeater. Look for it in South Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 0987, Puerto Rico. 9880, you'll see Georgia. 6540, you'll be seeing that number make its debut. 4095. 7564 is your only combination on fire. Watch out for quad fours. There's your 1321. I promised it would fall. It did. You're going to see 8031. You'll see that in North Carolina. Watching out for 8071. That number is a North Carolina number. 2 states before, 2 states after. 3041. You will see 807 deuce, North Carolina. 3010, you're going to see. And also 1000. There's your 9271. I told you that number. I promised it would keep falling over and over and over again. Look at that. It's still coming out on that promise. So here, I promised it would fall straight, and it still fell the very next day. $998, ladies and gentlemen, look out. You will see 033 in Missouri. 703. You will see 728. 728. I triple $sign promising my VIP it would jump. Watch out for 823, extremely strong. You'll see that in South Carolina. Watching out for 458. I've given you that number at least 5 times. 368, you will see. 368 is guaranteed. DC. Watching out for 210, New Mexico. There's that 601. I told you that's going to keep falling in Michigan. There's that 845 I promised would fall. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. 266 and 558. You're watching out for 120. Boom, boom, boom. 683. Boom, boom, boom. I told you they sing a song if you listen. You're watching out for 387, 981. 981 I promised would fall. 504, you will see 504 over and over and over again. Watching out for 549, ladies and gentlemen. 549 is extremely strong. Those numbers are by way of North Carolina. There's your 198 that I promised would fall. 189, 981, promised. Watch out for 4326. You will see 4326 over and over and over again. I need you to watch out for 8769. I told you that number would fall, promising it would show up and show out. 05155510. You will see 9887. You're going to see that number as well. Look for that in Puerto Rico. You'll see it in Virginia. Watch out for 2334. That's South Carolina. 8732 is your only combination on fire. 1782 is Virginia. You're going to see 9009. You're going to see 7681 Virginia. 7681 fell in Pennsylvania straight, and I promised it would fall straight. 2143, you're going to see. Watching out for 6587. You'll see that in Indiana. You'll see it in Rhode Island. You'll see it in New York. Watch out for 318 deuce. Your 318 deuce is extremely strong. You see that number in New Jersey. 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 4005. That's Tennessee. 266558. 558 is on fire. 120, New Mexico. 643 is Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. Watch out for 387. Watch out for 198. On a promise, 504 and 549. Those are Florida numbers. There's your 981 again. Congratulations, big. 1114, you will see. Watch out for 016983. You will see 517. 681 is extremely strong. You'll see 397. 469 and 670 are guaranteed by way of Ohio. 2 states before, 2 states after. There's your 793. Once again, 3754, Indiana. You're watching out for 0973, ladies and gentlemen. I told you that number would fall straight. I promised it. 0973, North Carolina. 7950 should be the next number up on your chopping block. 8163, you're going to see in Iowa. 8163, I guaranteed would fall. It fell in Missouri for us. Watching out for 5260. I've given you 5260 several times already. Watch out for 0977. 0977, extremely strong. There's your 8621 that I told you to watch out for. I promised it would fall. It did. 550343. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 057730. 873 872. You will see 874 380 are guaranteed. 730 will be promised in the future. There's your 343 promised right there. Watching out for 991 and 114. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 016 straight. 983 on fire. 517 you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, 681 397 469 670 by way of Ohio. There's your 397 793 promised. You got 9160. Watch out, watch out. You will see 3497 on fire. 8653. It'll be promised in the future, guaranteed right now. Ladies and gentlemen, 6917. 6917 right there. Boom, 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 Michigan. Watch out for 5497. You will see 4794. You will see 5086 over and over and over again. Those are Ohio numbers. 9037. I told you 9037 would fall. Straight 09373. I called it and promised it. You're watching out for 0942 8831. That'll be right there in Texas. Watching out for 0943. You will see 0929 0972 0491 on fire. You got 877 878. Watch out for 508. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 530 over and over and over again. Watching out for 346. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 789 and 863 and 903. Those are by way of there's your 978, ladies and gentlemen. 987. They dropped 789. 545383. You will see. I need you to watch out for 716 and 974. You're going to see 172. 604. Those are no matter what. 086, ladies and gentlemen, you will see. And 178. Those are guaranteed. There is your 833 straight promised. Watch out for 1987. Ladies and gentlemen, 6701. We talked about that. You'll see that in Kentucky. You will see 9745. You will see 8606. You will see 9271 DC. Watch out for 1971. 7159 is a no matter what number. 957167108197. Watching out for 9721. It's always going to be promised in 6806 9574 1971 994 911. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see 625 463 180 and 132. 132, I guaranteed would show up. It showed up in Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to see 392 triple dollar sign 917. You will see. Those are Tennessee numbers. There's your 643. They dropped 463. I promised that number would show up and show out. 116545. Watch out for 592 156. Ladies and gentlemen, 706 438 will fall straight. I promise. 438 went to Missouri on that straight promise. You're watching out for 726. You will see 726 over and over and over again. Watching out for 279. There is 438 once again, my friends. I promised that number would fall. You got your 8372, your 2398. Watching out for 0273. You will see that number. Your 2390 is triple dollar sign. You should already know what that means. A 5164, you will see. 7890, you will see. 2390, 2391. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's tally these up here for totals, guaranteed totals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 43, 44. 44 guaranteed hits. I promised 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I promised 27 of those numbers would fall on yesterday's date. Straight, we called out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 straight hits on yesterday's date. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at 0912. You're looking at 2006. 1169. 2270. Between the dates 723 and 729, abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to all who follow me and believe in the hard work that you see me accomplishing every single day without failing. I'll see everybody at the winner's table. I will upload the video to the Discord channel as soon as I close out. New York, you're going to see, let me see, we have a sum of 25 and sum of 12 for New York. For Michigan, sum of 7 and 23. Ohio, sum of 2, 20, 11, 7, 16, and 25. South Carolina, South Carolina, South Carolina, South Carolina. You are looking at 12, 21, and 3. You are looking at 13, 4, and 22. South Carolina Psalms.